Subversive game design subverts common gameplay patterns in order to encourage players to modify their anticipations. This is designed to provoke a corresponding paradigm shift in the players, forcing them to reassess certain expectations and to adapt new mental modes, strategies and goals other than those commonly found in games of its genre. Now, not all persuasive games use subversive game design. There are also games like, for example, Bury Me My Love, which make you spend some time in someone else's shoes to invite you to see the world from their perspective. It is also a great game, but for the branching narrative of my own research and this here video essay, I decided to follow the path of subversive game design, which I find very interesting and can be quite funny at times. Okay, so using procedural rhetoric as my design principle and subversive game design as one of my supporting theories, I decided to make my own persuasive game, inspired by September 12th. Now, since I'm just starting out as a game designer, the idea was to just start and see how far I would get, what problems I would run into, and what I would learn from those, so I could share that with you here in this video essay. Research through design, if you will. Now, the game is already finished as I'm recording it, and it turned out to be Jetman, which is playable online in your browser right now. And as I'm about to go in and explain everything about my design choices and working theories, if you haven't played the game yet and would like to do so before I spoil everything, this would be a good time to pause the video and click on the top link in the description below. Okay, I hope you played it because I'm going to start spoiling it right now. Ready? After playing around with a few different subjects for my research through design game, I settled on the nicely hot topic of climate change. Now, right off the bat, I realized this is a subject that some people prefer not to talk or think about too much, but like the drone bombings in Pakistan in September 12th, that also makes it a very good candidate for a persuasive game, I think. This is him. Jetman! Jetman!
Jetman.
And the general idea of the game is you have to climb a mountain to the top, but since you're a jetman, you get a jetpack, which makes getting to the top really easy. But about 1/3 up the mountain, you run into a big sign saying, "Urgent, please stop flying or the world will explode," which hopefully puts you in a dilemma. You can continue climbing without using your jetpack, but that takes far more time and effort, especially when the mountain gets more difficult, or you can ignore the sign and see what happens. And when you do decide to fly, nothing much does seem to happen. The world doesn't explode, so should you listen to the sign or not? Then when you reach the top, the game, after congratulating you, gives you the emission statistics of all people who ever played the game. And it turns out that the world will or will not have exploded depending on if the average of everyone who played so far, including you, stayed below the apparently 70% that we need to still save the world a little. So I tried using two different subversive game design mechanic ideas here. First off, usually when a game wants you to stop flying or shooting or running, it will just take that skill away from you, make it so the button just doesn't work anymore. And there's an interesting disconnect between games and the real world there, which I tried using to my advantage to make a point about my subject of climate change. Here, the game asks you to stop flying, but the fly button does still work. And when you use it, nothing explodes and there's no police coming to get you, everything seems fine. This connects in my mind to the climate change problem, in that if you stop eating meat and don't go on holiday by plane anymore, nothing much changes around you, which isn't very motivating for people to get involved. And the other way around, if you do enjoy eating meat every day and flying all over the place, nothing much changes either. And meat is lovely and holidays are great. But people who argue that them skipping a nice holiday or not eating a meatball once in a while is not going to save the world anyway, they do have a point too. I myself eat very little meat and I joined the Swedish mothers who vowed not to fly in 2019, and I'm very proud of myself. But if I'm real honest, I am not actually really saving the world very much. I'm mostly building excuses. So if and when the whole thing does go to shit, I'll be able to say, well, it wasn't me. I tried. But did I really? That's where the second subversive game design mechanic comes in. And what's extra fun about this one for me is that I don't know what the average of all players will be at any given time, which makes the game a little bit of a social experiment too, which has the added benefit that it helps the ending be a lot less judgmental, because I didn't write it, you guys did. This was one of my key working theories as well, to not be judgmental and to not pick a side, which seemed important to me to make a good persuasive game. Because, like I said about September 12th earlier, preferably you want the player to come to their own conclusions. Okay, so those are my two big procedural persuasive mechanics attempts.